Let's go. You lead the way. Where are we headed? Towards a net zero future, of course. Cleaner water, more electricity, a sustainable society. That's the destination we've set ourselves. This we know. Yes, we know exactly where we're going, but we need to get there quicker. So, let's build on the progress we've already made by working and walking together. With the right partners, tools and ideas, we'll become an unstoppable force. This we know. Right now, there are businesses who are putting technology and sustainability at the heart of everything they do. Brave leaders turning maybes into realities and building something better for everyone. Now is the time to look to the future and reinvent ourselves today, empowering others to do the same tomorrow. Yes, we know what the future holds, and we know how to get there. So, let's take charge of the journey today.
Welcome to our school board meeting.
Namaskar.
Hello.
Hi.
Spifio, access in any language.
Welcome to everyone who has joined us online for this session, How to Build Healthy Lives and Healthy Futures, presented by representatives from Larrakeyah Primary School in Darwin, Australia. My name is Fatima Major, Principal of Larrakeyah Primary, and I'm moderator for this session. Please feel free to type your questions during the session, and I encourage you to share on social media using the hashtag #WorldEduWeek. Larrakeyah Primary School, a public school in Darwin, Northern Territory, Australia, prepares its students for the future by nurturing them holistically. The speakers will be discussing the programs that improve student wellbeing as well as their career prospects. We have 3 speakers for this session, 2 senior teachers and 1 Year 6 student. We'll first hear from Danny Madiazzo, who is Head of Curriculum and Assessment. And Danny was also named Northern Territory Leader of the Year for Darwin Region in the Northern Territory Teaching Excellence Awards last year. Danny, please tell us about the Quest program and how it supports healthy lives.
The development of our Quest program was in response to students' voice. Students were outlining their fears, trials and tribulations about starting secondary education to their classroom teachers. They didn't feel prepared. There were minimal visits to the campus prior to commencement, and most importantly, they didn't know what lied ahead for them and their future. Larrakeyah Primary School identified a need for a program that would help our students feel more prepared about starting secondary education. Our school's leadership team began researching innovative practices and the 21st century learning skills, communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity, also known as the 4 Cs. Inquiry-based learning and the 21st century skills seem to be at the forefront of education. Lots of professional readings highlighted the importance of providing these learning opportunities to our students, and these were the skills students needed and require in today's rapidly evolving world. This led to Quest. However, it didn't just happen. A lot of time was invested into the development of the program to ensure all involved went in ready and well prepared. Staff needed time to work together, time to plan projects that focused on an area of inquiry. They needed time to make connections with the wider community and to find industry professionals who would assist them with their chosen project. Once teachers felt prepared, it was time to bring Quest to life. Quest is our innovative teaching and learning program introduced to Larrakeyah Primary School in 2018, designed to connect and inspire, bringing real-life context to the classroom through the process of inquiry. The aim of Quest is to allow students to prepare for jobs that do not yet exist as they become fully engaged in the constantly changing world around them, developing their skills. Throughout the process, teachers, referred to as project leaders, facilitate a small group of students and focus on a particular area of inquiry, working with industry professionals and targeted members of our local community to obtain specific knowledge and skills. Smaller teacher-to-student ratios allow for positive connections and relationships to form. Students have a variety of different projects to choose from, with students choosing projects they feel they resonate with, leading to higher engagement. They pick projects that they feel will help them in their future occupation. Working with industry professionals allows students to explore and discover careers that are of interest to them, and they get a taste into what may be. It sets students up with a solid understanding of the educational path they need to take to achieve their end goal. It isn't uncommon for students to reach Year 12, still not sure of what path they would like to take. This is detrimental to their future, as wrong study choices in their final few years of schooling means more roadblocks once they're in their final years or when they reach university level. Quest eliminates this concern. It solidifies to students what they want and need to do and allows them to practice the skills required. The old saying goes, they can't be what they can't see, but Quest allows students to see what can be. Since its inception, our students have worked with a variety of industry professionals. Some industry professionals who have been involved have included a draftsperson, where students learnt about the steps involved in designing a house using a 3D modelling software. They learnt from local media outlets about how local events become news stories. A variety of trades were explored. They worked with the agricultural industry to learn how to catch and release and catch and consume marine life. They teamed up with local restaurant owners to help understand what makes a good restaurant. Rangers accompanied students on excursions to learn how to protect for our wildlife, and students also worked alongside local and well-known photographers to develop their skills and an understanding into how to take the perfect shot. Working with industry professionals allows students to gain knowledge and skills from a particular industry and to engage in learning opportunities. It also allows all students to feel successful and for students to have a chance to flourish, as they aren't graded on how well they can complete mathematical sums or how well they can write. Instead, they are assessed against their ability to use the 21st century skills and communicate their findings with external bodies. Quest helps students feel connected and engaged in their learning. Each year, the Quest projects are culminated with a grand finale of knowledge exemplified in our Expo of Learning, whereby all learning is showcased by the project participants back to industry professionals. parents, students across the school, and Department of Education representatives. We also extend the invite to other schools and their principals, allowing them to learn from us and become inspired. The Expo of Learning is hosted on the school campus. Students take pride in their achievements and relish in the opportunity to discuss with their peers, parents, and invited guests what they did, what they discovered, and what they created. During the Expo, students became the teachers, sharing their newly learnt knowledge. Parents are the first educators for their children. The Expo is a fantastic opportunity to involve and engage parents in conversations with their children about their future aspirations. Starting this conversation in primary school will ensure all parents are involved from the get-go. Parents can help their child choose the correct path required as they move through the years, ultimately contributing to their academic success. It also contributes to building positive relationships between parents and their children, giving students emotional support, security, and safety. Upon completion of Quest, we ask our staff and students to reflect through surveys. The data received from the survey has helped us to further refine our projects and to create projects aligned to student interest. Our students love Quest, and we have the data to prove it. It is a known fact that when students enjoy something, they are learning. The attitude of all students engaged in the program exudes a positivity and a real willingness and desire to want to achieve the focus of the inquiry and furthermore, teach others about their project. Thanks to Quest, our students are now more adept at identifying issues in their local community and developing strategies for positive transformations. We are proud to say students from Larrakeyah Primary School are problem solvers and change makers. The 21st century skills are not easily taught. It's through experiences like Quest that allow students to develop these skills, which can only help them with their future education.
Thank you, Danny. Our next speaker is Elijah Tyrrell, who is a Year 6 student at Larrakeyah Primary School. It will be interesting to hear from a student who has participated in the Quest program. Elijah, can you tell us about your experience with Quest?
Hi everyone, I'm really excited for the privilege to be here to talk to you about the wonderful Quest program at Larrakeyah Primary School. Quest is definitely one of my favourite subjects that I always look forward to. I love Quest because we get to learn in a way that is fun and hands-on outside of the classroom. I especially like going out on excursions and participating in activities that are related to my interests. There are even times that we get to meet and work alongside industry professionals that work in really interesting jobs. I find this really inspiring because I get to understand what it's like to use the skills that we're exploring through Quest in a real job. They share their knowledge with us and explain what it's like in their working environment. Last year, I chose the Quest program Be Your Best You, which was about looking after your mind and body and using technology to support this. I love tech, and I'm always interested in learning about technology and how it operates. Back then, I was also going through some tough times with friendships, and I wanted to build strategies around how to help me deal with those extremely hard times. It was wonderful to learn how exercise and fitness can be crucial to health and emotional well-being. We use technology such as fitness trackers and smartwatches to track our steps, heart rate, stress, and fitness. I learned how exercise can be used as a strategy to make yourself feel better in your body and mind. We teamed up with local paramedics who came in to teach us basic first aid. Last term, I chose Picture Perfect Photography, which was awesome because we got to go on excursions where we met some amazing people. We learned from popular and well-known local photographers who are known for their outstanding photographs. They taught us about how they capture photos, with one photographer flying up high in the plane, going above the clouds, and the other one hanging out of a plane to take a photo. It was so fascinating to learn how much effort goes into just one photo. I also learned that a photo is actually a piece of artwork. During this quest, we also met students from a local high school who taught us about the composition of our photos and many other awesome techniques to get the perfect shot, such as aperture and shutter speed. I've definitely developed my photography skills through this program, and I really look forward to continuing to explore these skills at home with my own equipment. To wrap things up, I love Quest. I love it because we get to choose from a range of different subjects and a project that is aligned to my interests. I get the chance to explore different areas that will assist me in deciding the career path I wish to take. Quest has helped me feel more prepared about entering my next schooling chapter. It has eliminated many anxieties I may have felt. I also like that we have a say in our learning. Overall, I think Quest is a fun and interesting activity that teaches us real-life skills that will help us into our future.
Thank you, Elijah. That was wonderful. Our final speaker is Carmel Spruan, who is Senior Teacher at Larrakeyah Primary School. Carmel, what other programs support healthy lives for students at the school, and how do you monitor student wellbeing?
Okay, well, at our school, we use data and feedback to inform the development of our programs. So we recognise the developmental stages of students and encourage their voices and perspectives about their world and what they're experiencing. We understand that wellbeing and learning outcomes are enhanced when students feel connected to others and experience safe, trusting relationships. This philosophy underpins many of our current programs. At our school, we deliver a range of ways for students to belong to and fit in at school, and we actively strive to positively influence our students' physical and emotional health. So that's why Yoo-Hoo was trialled and then became embedded in our daily practice. It offers a direct line from students to teachers, signalling each student's emotional state at the commencement of each day or throughout the day in response to what they encounter. So in the early years, our students learn to select an emoji which can flag a potential problem and open the way for meaningful conversations to take place between the teacher and the student. And as the students mature, they can express themselves in print as well as with an emoji, with keywords being flagged to alert the teacher. Teachers can respond quietly and meaningfully to students without anyone else knowing or address class trends as needed. Strategies for coping are offered, or in more serious matters, parents are notified with meetings arranged or the need for professional intervention is discussed. Yoo-Hoo helps students and teachers to address issues before they escalate. Students learn to be more discerning about their personal disaster scale and to express themselves succinctly and effectively. They learn that what they divulge will be acted on in a supportive manner, whether by the class teacher or by other staff who are also alerted to students' posts. For example, 10 educators have access to the data and trends of my class of 23 students. Any staff member can acknowledge the post of a student throughout the day. This helps with relationship building and feelings of trust as students feel that school is a safer place, that their voices are heard and that they matter. With nurture and guidance, students' posts more accurately reflect their true state of mind, and the rise in calmness and control is increasingly evident in their mood trends. And the PE program is complemented by teachers' health programs, which are targeted to their particular students' developmental levels. Teachers have continued to build programs that align to the curriculum, but specifically address areas of need as identified in our student data. Analysis of the Social Emotional Welfare Survey in 2022 for the upper primary students revealed key findings about safety, inability to control emotions such as anger, not having someone that they could talk to, being hurt easily, or being unable to solve conflicts without fighting. And as a result, 2 programs were introduced to give students practical workshops where they could work through these issues and develop strategies. These were Revved Up and Empower Girls. In these health programs, students learnt specific skills to problem solve peer issues effectively, to be assertive in conflict situations, how to be more mindful of how their actions affect their peers, and how to develop resilience. As student voice is important to us, we listen to and act on what students tell us about how they're feeling. We are unafraid to try something new, especially when we see the benefit for our students. Physical activities encouraged and taught explicitly through our PE programs. Students are taught skills and are instructed in ways to work cooperatively in teams. Good sportsmanship is taught and valued. Students are encouraged to participate in gala days in a range of sports as they progress through the years, regardless of their skill level, and to learn water safety in our swimming program. Experts in sports regularly run sporting activities in their fields during PE lessons such as cricket, tennis and basketball, and our students train for and participate in athletics carnivals competing against neighbouring schools. A friendly but competitive sports day is held annually to showcase our students' sporting achievements to the wider community. Some students elect to participate in out-of-school sporting activities run by our teaching staff as well. And to complement the health programs that occur at school, a very valuable program that students in years 3 to 6 experience each year is the cooking and gardening program. Students learn about nutrition and the importance of diet to physical and mental well-being in theory and in practice. They design and cook their own healthy recipes and use many of the herbs, fruits and vegetables that are grown on site in their dishes. The students design new gardens and actively contribute to the gardens at school, such as the Century Garden. It's restful to enjoy. Other aspects of the cooking and gardening program are the opportunities for our students to take charge in the animal yard and to be eco-warriors who actively supervise the school's composting practices and other things. We also have other programs such as Friends of Break. We recognise that providing such a program in a supervised space is a necessary respite for some people who may not have developed social skills, but with adult support, these kids can have fun and learn to develop relationships with other kids at school. Finally, you would have heard about the excitement that Quest has generated across the school. Begun in 2018, it's now become a much look forward to tradition for our primary students. You have heard that they recently completed their Expo. Our students shared their knowledge and skills from a range of fields with their peers, teachers, loved ones and industry experts who visibly appreciated what they saw and heard. It's our belief that academic success is directly linked to a student's physical and mental health, which we consistently provide through our high-quality target programs, and we believe that we have given our students hope for the future.
Thank you very much, Carmel. We have time now for questions, and there was a question earlier about assessment, and I will probably direct that to Danny. Danny, the question is that you mentioned you need to alter assessment structures. How did you approach this?
So obviously we're mandated by our Department of Education to still assess students in all areas of the curriculum, but we also acknowledged that our students needed something else. And so we developed a credential certificate using the 4 C's for 21st century learning, and we marked students against that. So what creativity skills did they show? What communication skills did they show? And this is also something we talk to the students about, so then that way they can develop in those areas. We also added at the end of our reports in a little comment, just letting parents know what the students did and what their strengths were.
Thanks, Danny. I'll probably continue on with you answering the next question. There was a question about when we were talking about tracking student wellbeing, which sounds really innovative. Did you have any students or parents who are resistant to this as we rolled out YooHoo?
No, we actually didn't. I think it's because of the way our school approaches most things, and it's that slow and steady, stages to everything. We always start with a trial where we commence in just a few classes. So just a few classes around the school will trial it. And this actually gets the word out to the parents and we see if that works. After we've tried it with a few classes, we then open it to the whole school, and we send out letters to our school community expressing and letting them know everything. So we let them know everything that YooHoo is about, what the risks might be if there are any, and we go through all of that. And I think it's being upfront and honest with what you produce to your families and give to your families is where we go right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I will now summarise the 5 key takeaways or steps to enable other schools to replicate Larrakeyah Primary success. So step 1 is know your student data and what it is telling you for school improvement. And this means analyse your student data and be prepared to take a risk to do something different. Take note of research, be brave, lead with courage, and be prepared to change practice. The next step is listen to student voice. Students at Larrakeyah Primary School expressed feeling anxious and not being prepared for secondary education. fearing the unknown and very uncertain about the expectations for the future and their careers. And students wanted to learn through hands-on experiences and programs based on areas of interest. So they wanted to learn through inquiry and being exposed to different careers. Teachers listened and Quest was developed. So step 3, be strategic and build the expertise of your staff. Staff need time for professional development. Use key players on staff as drivers for change and build collaborative leadership. Working together, staff can plan projects to facilitate focus areas of inquiry and build positive connections with students. Staff need to be supported as facilitators through the teaching and learning process and innovative ways of teaching. Step 4, a big one in this one, was involving industry professionals. Working with industry professionals and members of the local community allows students to explore and discover careers that are of interest to them and allows them to get a taste of what may be. Bring industry into the classroom. Students work on a particular area of inquiry with industry professionals to obtain specific knowledge and skills. They can choose programs that they are passionate about, leading to student higher engagement. Working with industry professionals allows students to see what can be. And the 5th, celebrate success, involve community and determine next steps. In regards to Quest, the projects culminate with a grand finale of knowledge called the Expo of Learning, whereby all learning is showcased by the projects back to industry professionals, parents, students, Department of Education representatives and other schools, allowing them to learn and be inspired. And you would have seen the expo through the video that was shown during the session. Reflections from staff and students have allowed to further refine projects and the creation of additional projects with new industry professional partnerships. It is important to celebrate success with the school community and promote your success, so that others can learn from you to create that ripple effect. So these are the 5 key takeaways, the secret sauce for the recipe. To conclude, a good school excels academically, but a great school understands the link between academic success and students' physical and mental well-being. Larrakeyah Primary School, a school in Darwin, Australia, focuses on the whole child and has developed programs that build students to be happy, healthy, active, resilient, confident learners. Programs such as Quest, physical education, Friends at Break, cooking and gardening programs, and YooHoo engage students, are future focused and support the healthy lives of students. Thank you so much to our speakers, Danny Madiazzo, Elijah Tyrrell, and Carmel Spruan from Larrakeyah Primary School in Darwin, Australia. Thank you everyone for joining our session, and we hope that you have enjoyed hearing from teachers and a student about how the programs at Larrakeyah Primary School support students in building healthy lives and healthy futures. Thank you.
Let's go. You lead the way. Where are we headed? Towards a net zero future, of course. Cleaner water, more electricity, a sustainable society. That's the destination we've set ourselves. This we know. Yes, we know exactly where we're going, but we need to get there quicker. So, let's build on the progress we've already made by working and walking together. With the right partners, tools and ideas, we'll become an unstoppable force. This we know. Right now, there are businesses who are putting technology and sustainability at the heart of everything they do. Brave leaders turning maybes into realities and building something better for everyone. Now is the time to look to the future and reinvent ourselves today, empowering others to do the same tomorrow. Yes, we know what the future holds, and we know how to get there. So, let's take charge of the journey today.
school board meeting.
Namaskar.
Hello.
Hi.
Spiffio, access in any language.